This is my 2001 Ford F350 with, of course, the legendary 7.3 Powerstroke. And she is a beaut, and she's a tall girl, if you couldn't tell. And I've now had this F350 for a whole year. Time flies when you're under your truck. Just kidding. We'll get to all that. Today I'm gonna give you a quick backstory as to why I got this 7.3 Powerstroke, and then talk about how my 1 year of ownership has been. It's been a little expensive. So I purchased this truck because I needed to be able to pull a car trailer. That was really the main reason for it. And because I've always wanted this generation of Ford diesel. My dad had one of these as a work truck, and I somehow ended up with the same exact color one. His was a 6.0 though, I believe. This of course is the 7.3. Can't leave that out. But it finally made sense for me to buy a truck, so I went and got the one that I really wanted. Now, I purchased it from an elder woman, actually, and the truck had just 95,000 miles on it. She purchased it to pull horses with, rather, to pull a horse trailer. And I know she never pulled those horses because I have the new hitch in the box that she was gonna use. So it's really extraordinary to find one of these with sub 100,000 miles. Not a lot of these left with under 100,000 miles on it, and I've only put actually 10,000 miles on it. Seems like I've driven way further than that. And it's even more extraordinary to find one that was owned by a woman. I feel like not a lot of them had them, not to be sexist, but I'm gonna stop talking. Now, I usually like to purchase vehicles unmodified. I like a fresh blank slate. If anyone's gonna screw it up, it's gonna be me. But with these trucks in New Hampshire, I didn't really have a choice. There was stock stuff that looked like Swiss cheese, and then there were heavily modified wannabe SEMA trucks. And then there was a mix of both, and this was a nice blend. I like the fact that this one wasn't plowed with, it really wasn't worked, it had lower miles, the frame wasn't Swiss cheese. There's a little bit of rust that you guys make sure that I never forget. But I mean, for a New England truck, it isn't that bad. It just ticked all the boxes, but it did have those slight mods, which I guess aren't that slight. But it was a good find. Which brings me to the expensive part of ownership. Now, I can't say if these are a problem with the truck itself, from Ford rather. Some of these could stem from the modifications that are done to it, and seems likely. The truck has been very, very reliable. It hasn't left me stranded on the side of the road. Kind of. The motor, it's been a dime. It's been fantastic. Not a hiccup at all, just a big hiccup in my finances, because she is a thirsty girl. Real thirsty girl. Holy shit. Thirsty. I get the same mileage while I'm towing or not. It's like it's always just working hard. The suspension and the steering systems, yeah. The suspension and steering problems, those could stem from the bigger tires or from the lift kit, so we can't blame Ford on that one necessarily. First, we had a few leaking shocks. 3 in total, and there was 6 on the truck. It had duals in the front and then a single on each back side. And of course, replace those, no worries, not a huge deal. The steering pump then was dying. I could never turn the wheel when I got the truck. Replaced that, swapped in a new one of those, and well, this is actually kind of a hint into a future video, but it did end up needing, all in one shot too, a steering box, upper and lower ball joints, and it's gonna need a new bumper after I push this bicyclist off the road. There is a sidewalk for a reason. A pitman arm and a starter. And now it still might need another power steering pump or a hydro boost. Again, the suspension and steering components, those could stem from the bigger tires and the lift kit and all that. Regardless, I have not an ounce of regret buying this thing. I love it to freaking death. I love driving it, and more importantly, I love looking at it. It's been a great business partner and has always done the work that I've put it up to. It's now a staple of the garage. I drive this thing probably the most on a daily basis out of everything. Great truck. I'm still slowly planning on doing more upgrades to it coming up, especially whereas you guys have supported this on the channel so much recently. I can tell that you guys really like it, so it's not going anywhere anytime soon. And stay tuned for another video with this soon, where I explain how it actually almost ended up leaving me stranded, and see the large quantity of repairs that it gets done. It's kind of messed up. But thank you guys very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Happy motoring.